So this is Studio 2, which is where we used to do the tap dancing in here, because the floor in the main studio wasn't ready for tap shoes. So this was the tap studio.
And didn't they have private dancing in, private classes in?
Yes, we'd have private classes in both rooms, yes. So you would be booked a time for a private lesson, yes, as well as a group. There would have been a bar in here as well, because even though we did tap, there would have been a bar in here, yes.
Well, mainly Miss Tess was here, sat probably about here, with a big desk in front of her with things on it, and then they had cabinets going round there. I think at the end there was the tuck shop and a cabinet there, and it got all their possessions in it, a few dolls, character dolls, and there'd be some small like Matchbox motor sort of things, and all keepsakes that they got from everywhere they'd been, and it was just lined all the way round there. And I think the sink was there then, but it was only used for Miss Tess to make coffee for Miss Morrison. Nobody else could touch it or do things like that. And I think she'd got a fridge, but I think the fridge was over that side. But it was not as bright as this. It was quite dull and dismal in here. Well, I came in quite a bit because Ruth would be dancing and Lynn would probably either be in the room with her or downstairs, and I used to come and pay Miss Tess. I used to sit where you are now on a chair. She let me sit down and we'd be talking, and then she'd fall to sleep while I was talking and then wake up and keep talking. But yeah, she used to tell me lots of things, where she used to live before she went down Burford Road and what the house was like. She used to come out and tell me all her life story sometimes. But she could be very nasty when people came in that door. If some kid came in and they'd just come in for something, "What are you doing in here? You shouldn't be in here, you're supposed to be in your class." And it'd be top of her voice, and the kid would just stand there like that and just freeze. But it was just the way Miss Tess was. But she was a lovely lady, very strict. She could be frightening, yeah. It didn't matter who you was. If she didn't like it, she would tell you. And she could be quite nasty in the way she spoke to you. It wasn't sort of, "Oh, just don't do that, please." It'd be, "Don't do that!" Top of her voice. And she would shout really loud. And she'd still be sat in a chair, and then 2 minutes later she might be falling asleep. The amount of gear that was in here was... I don't know where it all went when they left. It must have taken ages to get it all out, because there was the pot dolls and things like that. Yeah, those were the days.